Hello, no. Whoa, that's a lot of individuals. Who the hell are you people? Ah, it doesn't matter. Hello everyone, my name is Henry Cortman. Before this video starts, do you all want to know a fun fact about the Cortman species? No? Great, here we go. So as you all don't know, Cortman jellyfish actually reproduce asexually via fragmentation. These fragments all contain the same intelligence as me, however they have no memories. They also don't feel pain for the first couple of minutes after dismemberment, so the reproduction process can be more bearable. What I'm saying is, I can produce a massive army of half-wits to charge into battle and die for me, and oh my god, I just realized how bad of an idea this is, and oh my god, the pain is setting in. Ah! Contrary to the non-existent popular belief about me, I don't like the aesthetic of sci-fi futuristic games or movies or TV shows or whatever. The main reason being I've consumed way too much futuristic horror games that make the future of humanity really bleak. Like, Jesus Christ, your species really needs to fix themselves before these games turn into omens of the future. If y'all are going to start World War III, I might as well just find another alien species to broadcast my bullshit onto. But yeah, the future is just the worst. Bleak, rigid, deceptive, addicting, automated, and worst of all, inevitable. There is no point in technological advancement if it is only used to your detriment. Which is why I'm not going to be talking about that. No, today we're going to be discussing the times before, the times of peasantry and fantasy, and let's not forget, Chivalry 2. Yeah, I said the famous line. For the uninitiated, Chivalry 2 is a medieval fighting game about the then two, now three warring factions. The Agathian Knights, the Mason Order, and Tenosia. Just Tenosia. The Agathian Knights were formed after King Argon I united all the fractured kingdoms of Old Agatha and turned it into one super kingdom ruled by several noble families. The Mason Order was founded by King Argon I's right-hand man, General Malric, after he had returned from a series of failed crusades to the south to Tenosia, led by King Argon I, who also died in said crusades. And Tenosia is... yeah, they just exist, I guess. Although they were able to defend themselves from the Agathian Knights, they were left coping, seething, and mauling over the fact that their rear was more exposed than in that one episode of Boondocks, where the host of To Catch a Predator gets anally raped. In the first game, the Agathian Knights lost to the Mason Order at the Battle of Stones Hill, where King Malric then ruled the lands with an iron fist for 20 years. After 20 years had passed, the noble families that once formed Agatha grew tired of the color red and black, and liked it more when things were blue and gold and they were in control of everything. And then, like an angel sent from the heavens, King Argon I's nephew arrives to be at the forefront of the war that was about to start. King Malric, that old bastard, welcomes the war. Oh, and Tenosia is here too, I guess. After 20 years, they decide to invade the north in revenge for invading them, and that's sorta it. Gameplay's fun, bugs are not. Customization is pure and utter garbage. Half of these characters look like they belong in one of those wise mystical tree ads you see when you're over the age of 45. Look, see? That's a Mason footman right there. But this isn't a review about the game. More so, this is a discussion on who you believe should take the throne of the Agathian continent. Is it the Agathian Knights, who are the original rulers of the land? The Mason Order, who poured blood, sweat, and even more blood to usurp the Agathian throne? Or the Tenosians? Sure, I guess. Alright, let's start with the pros of each nation, then I'll give my personal opinion, and you can leave a comment about which one you wish to side with. Or none at all. Option's yours, brother. Firstly, Agatha, the blue and gold. They are the rightful rulers of the land, fighting for valor and chivalry to... Okay, I'll stop. Under King Argon I, he had successfully united the entire Agathian continent under him. They fight to protect the weak and the innocent. They kill the traitors and the barbarics. But most of all, they really, and I mean really, love money. So, if you wish to do good, fight for the gods, protect your fellow families and countrymen, and most important of all, if you want them fat stacks, the Agathian Knights have got your back. Secondly, Mason, the red and black. They usurped the throne because the previous king was too egotistical to see the weakness of his army. It was imminent that a stronger king would take the crown, and a stronger king did. King Malric, with the Agathian continent under his grip, he ruled with an iron fist, training, hardening, and emboldening the people to fight, take, and kill for themselves. Truly inspiring. If you want strength, power, and glory, then the Masons is definitely for you. And then the Tenosians. If you like the color yellow, I guess. Wow, these three color schemes all have their own great form of chivalry. Picking one seems more or less a personal choice, right? Kill yourself. Okay, so you know who I think should rule the Agathian continent? Well, you've come to the wrong place because I hid the cons of each nation in this section of the video because I don't like any of them. Although everybody likes to debate on who is morally on the right, my morals are different, because I'm an alien. To me, a nation that wants war and conquest is a nation that should not stand. And fun fact, all these nations want war and conquest. The Agathian nobles want war because they were tired of living a less luxurious life than when King Argon had taken the throne. The Masons see peace in general as a form of weakness, and Tenosia, literally unable to cope with the fact that they lost a few battles 20 years ago and then never again, decided a good idea to invade the Agathian continent. No, in fact, the worst offender of all is Tenosia. You know who they are? Merchants, philosophers, astronomers, artisans. They are not warmongers as much as the Tigress wants Tenosia to be. Agatha is similar in that they are not warmongers, they are noblemen. Most people in the top of the Agathian army were more or less born into their positions rather than them earning their place through experience and hardships. The reason for war is dumb as hell. Malric let them live. Something which shocked me since mercy is a sign of weakness in the Mason Order. Oh, and let's not forget about the actual warmongers, pillagers, and barbarians, the Mason Order. They see the weak as people that should be controlled, when in reality...
Hey, it's Ed and Cortman. I'm just here to tell you that I made a really stupid point at this point, which I don't know what point I was trying to make in the first place. I think I was high on weed. But I'm just gonna remove this entire bit out. So just go off my word that the Masons are bad people. I mean, they were shown as pretty bad people in the lore trailers anyway. But I wanted to, really drive it home with a really inspirational gotcha quote that you could quote me down the line after 100 years. But never mind. Anyways, back to your regular scheduled Cortman. Goodbye.
The Masons are truly the villains of the story. Whilst Malric has every right to believe Tenosia would lead a counterattack, and technically he was right, considering the fact that Tenosia actually did invade, there was no way he could have predicted a counterattack 20 years later. And even then, he didn't even try to prepare a defense or anything. No, you know what he did? He pillaged his own lands because he could. I understand that Malric's army is actually formidable compared to Agatha's because they actually train and better themselves, but the problem is peace made through violence is always temporary. An Agathian uprising was practically inevitable because of just how hard it was to live under his rule. So in short, Tenosia is a nation of proud craftsmen and traders, Agatha are a bunch of rich people and I hate capitalism, and the Mason Order is literally just a bunch of war criminals. And that's why I believe all the factions are not meant to rule the Agathian continent. But that's just my opinion. Do you agree? No? Great! Leave a dislike if you don't like my opinion and a comment telling me why your favorite color scheme should be the rightful ruler. Until then, always remember, the surest way to work up a crusade in favor of some good cause is to promise people they will have a chance of maltreating someone. I'll do as Huxley. The name's Cortman. Henry Cortman. I'll see you when I do. There is no such thing as weak or strong. There is only those who want to die and those who want to survive.